Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Devon Terrell in raw form, and welcome to another Help Me Devon raw tutorial plugin review. Basically, a place where you guys put me on to plugins that you would like me to review, or plugins that I feel like I would love for you guys to know. So, in this first installment, the plugin today of this week that I'll be showing you guys and love for you guys to know about is a plugin from Waves called CLA Epic. Let's get right to it. So let's go in here and let's open up CLA Epics. The first thing we do, and opening, boom. And this is CLA Epic. Now, to keep this really short and sweet and just give you a little bit of a preference as far as what this is about is, CLA Epic is a plugin that combines the power of reverbs and delays all into one centralized house. So it's kind of like Waves knew or basically understood the modern day engineer's workflow and took that and put it into a plugin that we can just use all in one. I want to EQ my reverb. I want to EQ my delays. I want my delays to go into my reverbs. I want to be able to determine how much of the plate verb that I want and how much of the whole verb I want. Do I want to slap? All of these things, they figured out a way to incorporate it into one plugin that you can use to create environments, spaces, and all kinds of cool effects within your DAWs. So let's get right to it. Okay, so before I do anything, what I'd like to do is I'd like to just try this thing out. Let's just take this, let's put it on a vocal before I start breaking down every single nuance of this thing. You want to see what this thing does. So let's get right to it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a vocal and we'll see what it does. Check it out.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you, yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me. Pulling every trick from my bag out. Sending flowers to your job just to let all of them know. It's a new sheriff in town now. Tell them they should back it up now, cause ain't nobody gonna beat me, now that I got a chance with you. Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you, yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me. Pulling every trick from my bag out. Sending flowers to your job just to let all of them know. It's a new sheriff in town now. Tell them they should back it up now, cause ain't nobody gonna beat me, now that I got a chance with you. Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you, yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me. Pulling every trick from my bag out. Sending flowers to your job just to let all of them know. It's a new sheriff in town now. Tell them they should back it up now, cause ain't nobody gonna beat me, now that I got a
Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bypass this back and forth with the music actually playing, and let's see what it did.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you, yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me. Pulling every trick from my bag out. Sending flowers to your job just to let all of them know. It's a new sheriff in town now. Tell them they should back it up now, cause ain't nobody gonna beat me, now that I got a chance with you.
Guys, within this plugin, and honestly, when it comes to the context of music, of course I would have done this while actually playing the music and kind of mess with the knobs, but I wanted to show you what it really sounded like without anything in it so you can hear exactly what the plugin is doing. But now that I've bypassed it back and forth the music, you hear the environment, the space that we created using the combination of reverbs and delays all in one place. See it like this. This CLA Epic plugin can be used to say, for instance, you mix your vocal, you got it sounding nice as far as the frequencies and stuff, and compression is stuff like that's concerned. But when it comes to putting your vocal in a space to give it the feeling and the idea of making it believable, this plugin or is all in one and all encompassing when it comes to that. So let's dive into it. I'm going to show you what I did, how this thing works, and basically how to use it for yourself in your own music. Now, the way that this thing is designed is pretty strategic, it seems. You have your delay type effects on the left-hand side right here, and then you have your reverb type effects on the right-hand side on this side. Now, I'll go through each one, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. So when you click 1, which is this right here, 1, there's a tape delay. This next one is a throw type delay. This next one is a slap delay. This one is a crowd type delay. Now let's move on to our reverbs. We have a plate verb, a room verb, a hall verb, and another verb called space. Now, with all of these things being in one place, you have the functionality to create your own space, right? You can blend things together. And this is what a lot of engineers do. We don't just usually slap an a delay or slap a reverb on and that's everything. I usually blend my reverbs together. I usually blend my plate verbs in with my hall verbs, and my delays will feed into the hall verb as well. So once again, it's all in one so I can do it. So I'll show you some of the things that you could do with it. So if you guys were looking closely, you saw me actually taking some of these knobs right here that says high pass and low pass. Remember what I was telling you before about being able to EQ your reverbs and EQ your delays? This is extremely, extremely important. Check this out. So let's take my tape delay, for instance, or better yet, let's move on over to my throw delay. So this is my throw delay, which is typical what most people, a lot of people will do in some songs to give it more of a spacier kind of vibe where the delay is kind of just going in and out. Let's solo it, which is great. You can solo it inside. And let's hear what it sounds like by itself.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back.
Okay, so that delay sounds pretty cool. It's like a fourth delay that's kind of riding in between. But usually what I like to do is I like to EQ my delays so that the lead vocal still takes the precedent above the actual delay and it's not interfering so much with that vocal. So what do I usually do that they put here strategically? There's a high pass and a low pass. So what I like to do is I like to do something like the Abbey Road trick where I'll cut off a bunch of the low end right here. Let's take it off to about 300 hertz. And then let's put and take off some of the top end at about, let's say, 6,000 hertz, right? Or even more. Let's do like 5.3. Now we have more of a lo-fi sounding delay as far as the throw is concerned.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back.
Now we have a delay that's not interfering so much with the actual lead vocal. Powerful, right inside the plugin, no issue there. Now let's take a look at this slap delay. Now a lot of people that I know don't even use slap delays and they are missing out. A slap delay will really give you a chance to make your vocal sound more stereo, make it feel wider, and just overall just make it sound better. So check out what this slap delay actually does for you. I'll turn it all the way down and then I'll turn it up. Let's take this stuff out too.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you. Yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me.
So you heard that. It made the vocal feel a little bit more stereo, gave it a little bit more space, and just kind of opened the vocal up. This is a very powerful trick that a lot of people are probably not using, but if you do, it's all in one. Once again, you can combine that with everything else that's in the plugin. Next thing I'll move on over to is this crowd delay. And I really like this a lot because this is a very interesting sound that this part of the plugin has. Check this out.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one.
So that's a super dope vintage kind of effect. Kind of like the Weeknd type vocals, or kind of like those old 80s kind of vocals that just felt big and wide and kind of had this awesome space to them. And you have it right in here. Now also within it, it has a function for tight or wide that you want as far as that delay is concerned. So check this out. I'll go to the tight setting and then I'll go to the wide setting. Check this out.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you. Yeah.
So of course you can blend this yourself and find what you like or how you want it to sound. But that's really cool that you have that functionality within the crowd verb, the delay. It's actually really cool, and I'm gonna start using that as opposed to creating my own delay and basically trying to dial in those settings. It's just right there. And also remember, as always, you can always use the high pass filter or the low pass filter to basically combat it interfering with other things and stuff like that. The first one is a tape delay, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's awesome where in the sense that you can dial in exactly what you want the sync to be. You want an 1/8 note delay or whatever you want the time signature to be. That's really dope. That's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of you guys use tape delays, so I'll just leave that one alone. You pretty much get the premise of that one. Let's move on over to our reverbs. Okay, so now on the reverb side, this is pretty self-explanatory too, but at the same time, pretty powerful in the sense of it's right here. Long story short, when it comes to plate verbs, I like plate verbs a lot. And the reason why is because they help add a stereo feel again to the vocal without actually doing any wonky kind of stuff. You can decide if you want it to be more of a dark stereo feeling or more of a bright stereo feeling. And it really helps to make your vocal pop in the mix. Plate verbs are very powerful, even in rap vocals. A lot of people always say rap vocals don't have the reverbs. Yes, a lot of them do. They use plate verbs. They're very subtle reverbs, but they do so much and create such a space for the vocal to be more believable. Check this out. I'll turn it all the way down and I'll bring it up.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing.
So you hear that it's extremely subtle in the way that you can use it. Granted, you can change the pre-delay or the reverb time on it, but when it comes to plate verbs, usually they're very short reverb times, and you can hear that it just made the vocal feel a little bit more believable and put it more of in an environment and a space. Now, let's move on over to this other one. We have a room verb, kind of like chambers and stuff like that. And check out what this room verb does.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one.
Puts the vocal in a space like a room. It feels like a room. Now, I can blend this in with my actual play verb, and here's the sound that I can get. Check this out.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one.
I'm literally taking two reverbs and I'm creating my own sound, my own environment, my own creative way to actually attack this vocal. Super powerful within the actual plugin. Next reverb I'll go on over to is the hall verb. Super common. We like this for big moments, or we put these on those lush kind of vocals. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's take all of this stuff out and let's hear it.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you. Yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me.
So you hear the hall. Now, also like I told you before, when it comes to reverbs, especially hall verbs, I like to EQ those. I like to make sure that I roll off some of that top end and that bottom end so that my vocal still has enough space and room and is not being clouded by that bigger reverb. And that's why I'm doing it, because the hall verb is a bigger reverb. So I like to be very, very strategic in how I basically EQ that and treat that. So let's treat that now.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you. Yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me. Pulling every trick from my bag out.
Okay, cool. So you saw I just EQ'd that reverb right there. Didn't move, just basically EQ'd the reverb just to make sure it had space. And you could tell when I started to put like the high pass and low pass on that the vocal started to cut through a little bit more, but the reverb was still there sitting. And that's powerful in your mixes, because if you had that reverb on full blast sometimes with no EQ, you'll start to muddy and cloud up that mix and it'll start to interfere with other things. So powerful to be able to do. Last thing I'll show you is this space verb that they have right here. And it's very subtle in what it does, but it's a stylistic thing that you can use it for. So check this out.
Told you I was gonna get you. I can't even front, I pat myself on the back. Cause you only mess with the real ones. Ain't giving it to no one. Yeah, you got me gassed up and I'm playing it cool for you. Yeah. I'ma make you fall in love with me.
Now, to my ears, it feels kind of like a chamber kind of space. It feels like this space that they actually created that has a cool sound to it. Once again, stylistic in how you approach it. Now, with all that being said, with all of this stuff being added into the vocal, there's something that's really cool that they also incorporated, which is this dry and wet knob, which is something I'm seeing way more in more modern day plugins, off the strength of, instead of using it as a syn, putting it to an aux and flexing it all the way to the wet side, you could throw this thing right onto the actual vocal track and just blend the actual taste as far as how much of it you want in or out, which is really dope and becoming more common. So this thing can be used in a way that you want to do something special to one specific thing, or you can literally create and dial in a sound in its totality within here, and then use that aux to blend all your instruments and run through this entire thing. So it's really dope. I think it's a way to be more creative. It's a way for us to be a little bit more unique in our approach. It also cuts our workflow down 1,000%, especially if you're a beginner just getting into delays and reverbs. You can literally sit right here in this place, dialing your reverb and delay settings, and basically just continue to mix, send an aux to it, or you could just do it one by one. So that was my plugin review on the CLA Epic. I really like this thing for its functionality, and that's really where I put it to a high standard as far as the functionality, as far as being able to have delay and reverb all in one place where I can blend it to taste, and it's pretty diverse in what it gives me. I know for sure I'm going to be moving on to this crowd function and that slap delay, as well as the plate verbs and stuff like that that they have on here, but use it the way you would like to in your own music. But the next plugin you would like me to review, make sure you leave it in the comments below. If you want to know more about this plugin, comments below as well. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you follow us at Help Me Devon on the Instagram, and definitely make sure you guys subscribe to the channel to keep this channel going, etc. You can also join our Discord. I'll leave that down below with the community with a bunch of other engineers like yourself. And I'll also say that visit helpmedevon.info for a bunch of our presets, templates, vocal chains for mostly all DAWs that you guys mess with. So that's my plugin review on the CLA Epic, and until next time, you guys.